Peace everyone, this is King B with another video. So, you got some people out there. They only focus on the material. That's it. What someone looks like, what they have, how much money they have, what kind of vehicle they drive in. All they focus on is the material. That's it. The material is what's valuable to them. They don't see value in nothing else. Nothing else is real. The spirit realm is not real to them. Only thing that's real to them is what they can physically see, what they can touch, what they can feel. That's it. That's all. These are the type of people who set themselves up for the trap, and wind up going through or causing their own turmoil, their own trauma, creating their own hell for themselves. Just picture this. See, right now you have people out there who is doing okay, they're making it. Then someone comes along in their life, right? They meet someone, and that person may not have much. Hell, that individual might have less than them. They get together, and while together, the materialistic person all of a sudden starts to do better. They start coming up with ideas, making more money. They may go from living in an apartment to renting a house, from renting a house to, becoming a homeowner, from working a 9 to 5 to having their own business, right? Okay? And they may look at that person who they with and start judging them, thinking they could do better than them, right? And the lesson in this is this. What I'm trying to say is this. Now there's a breakup. They go their own separate ways. Next thing you know, stuff starts falling apart. The business starts suffering. They lose their business. They may wind up losing stuff, their house, vehicles, whatever. So what went wrong? Right? What went wrong? You may have been doing the bulk of it. Here's what happens. Because you only look at your world as physical, because you only judge and view people and judge people based off the physical, the material, you fail to see the energy that person provides. See, I keep saying, and I've said it in all my videos, everything is about energy. Everything is energy, right? But when you don't know this, you don't see this, you're blind to this truth, you set yourself up, because that person may not look like much to you. They may not have a whole lot of money. They may be struggling. But what that individual do, what she have, what that woman have, or what that man have, right, is energy, a lot of it, okay? They may be poor physically, but they're wealthy spiritually, energetically, right? And just being in their life, or having that woman in your life, or having that man in your life, their energy alone give you the extra push to do better and be able to prosper in your life. But because you didn't see value in that woman or value in that man, you mistreated that woman, mistreated that man, right? And they get tired, they move on with their life. Now everything you built up physically start to fall apart. See, the physical follows the spiritual, right? It's just like I've said in my workout video, my exercise videos. See, I have some people in my comments get it twisted and oh, well, you're not, You're doing this wrong. You're doing that wrong. Listen, I've said it before. I was never ever, and I do not now work out or exercise to try to look a certain way physically. Whenever I exercise and work out, I am exercising and working out and exercising my energy, my toroidal field. I don't worry about the physical because the physical follows the spiritual, the energy. That's how that goes. The physical body, the physical world follows the spiritual, right? The energy, right? If you want to know where a person, individual is, like I say, your physical body is going to tell the truth. It's going to tell the work you're putting in. That's what it's going to do. It's going to tell the work you're putting in. Okay? That's how that goes. Just like the physical world, right? All this stuff that's going on, earthquakes, the volcanoes, all the stuff that's happening and going on right now around you, right? What it's showing what's happening is going on in the spirit realm. See? The battle is already won in the spirit realm, but with that trickle down effect, it takes time to manifest itself in the physical realm. You know? We run in the race. We still running the race called life. But in reality, we've already crossed that finish line. It's just taking time to manifest itself physically. That's all. You know, but I'm not trying to be too long. Just another quick message, you know. But you're blind. Get the crust out your eyes and open your eyes so you can see what's really going on. Stop judging people and judging life just strictly off the material or the physical. You know, that individual, that woman, that man may look like nothing. You know, you may think that they add nothing to your life because they don't make a certain amount of money, whatever, or so on and so forth. But trust me, that's not always the case. Yeah, you got some people that are no good. You know, they're no good. But the thing about it is you got to be able to see and judge people, go off of the energy, their energy, to be able to have that discernment to know the difference, right? But a lot of you out there are unable to do that because you're blind. You can't see the energy. You don't know who you're dealing with, right? So you're wide open and you wind up setting yourself up for a fall, okay? I'm King B. Love yourself unconditionally, all right? Remember, this life, this world is nothing but a school. You can't drop out of this school. You got no choice, baby. You got to go through this school, right? You have to graduate, learn those lessons, and you got to graduate. You know, there's no dropping out of this, right? You're just going to find yourself right back, okay? Be safe out there, everybody, all right? And pay attention to what's going on and learn those lessons, earn that wisdom. I'm King B. Till the next video. Peace.